Race number 5, Spec TC A1, brought to you by Team Associate on the track. Doug LaRiviere jumping out of that early lead. He's got Kyle Layton in that second spot. In the third spot, James Joyner. Oh, he spins out, coming in front of me here. That's Dave Constant now up into the third spot. Anthony Wynn in fourth. Your top 2 cars on the back straightaway now. That all red car of Doug LaRiviere out in front. The all blue car right behind him of Kyle Layton in that second spot. Dave Constant in that white car in the third spot. Then you've got James Joyner working his way back up into the fourth spot. The all black car of Anthony Wynn in fifth, having some body problems. Here comes your top 2 cars in front of me right now. That all red car of LaRiviere, 9 flat last time by for Doug. The blue car of Kyle Layton with a 9-1 that time by. Top 2 cars still nose to tail onto the back straightaway. Then you've got about a 4-second gap back to Dave Constant in the third spot. 1:30 down and 3:30 left to go. LaRiviere with a 9-3 that time by. Your leaders coming up on some lap traffic onto the back straightaway. LaRiviere still leading him around. Kyle Layton just sitting on his back bumper right now. We've got 2 minutes down and 3 minutes still left to go. Here comes your leader, Doug LaRiviere, out in front in that all-red car. Watch it coming into the infield right here off the front straight. Pull it off. 2:30 down and 2:30 still left to go. LaRiviere out in front. He's got about a second and a half advantage on Kyle Layton. Pull it off, Anthony, pull it off. Pull that black car off. Just pull it off. Pull it off, thank you. 3 minutes down and 2 minutes left to go. Your leader, that all red car of Doug LaRiviere with a 9-4. Last time by, Kyle Layton with a 9-3. Top 2 cars separated by 1 second right now. Then in the third spot, you got Dave Constant. Constant about 3 seconds behind Kyle. James Joyner running in the 4th spot. Gus G rounding out your top 5. 3:30 down and 1:30 still left to go. Second place car of Kyle Layton coming up on some lap traffic on the front straightaway now. Thank you, guys. LaRiviere out in front, 9-4. Last time by for Doug. Kyle with a 9-5. Top 2 separated by a second and a half. Leader coming up on some traffic in the center chicane right now. That all red car is your leader. The all blue car in second with less than 1 minute to go. Your TQ in the Spec TC class, Doug LaRiviere out in front. Maintaining that second and a half advantage on Kyle Layton. James Joyner now in the 3rd spot. Dave Constant in 4th. Gus G still hanging on to 5th. "30 seconds left to go. LaRiviere picking his way through lap traffic with 15 seconds left to go. Stretching that lead out to just over 2 seconds on Kyle Layton. James Joyner still sitting in that third spot as we close in on time. That is time, drivers. Finish the lap you're on. Doug LaRiviere taking the win in A1. Kyle Layton will come home in the second spot. James Joyner bringing it home in third. Let's get all those cars shut down. Come back out and turn marshal. Race number the town. Race number 12 on the track, Spec TC, brought to you by Team Associated. Jumping out of that early lead, your TQ, Doug LaRiviere. Doug taking the win in A1, out in front in A2. In the second spot, you got Kyle Layton with Ed Whitecotton in the third spot. Ed with a rough race in A1, looking to redeem himself. Top three, nose to tail, coming onto the back straightaway. James Joyner not too far back in that fourth spot. Bringing David Constant in the fifth spot. Top two are nose and tail. Ed dropping back just a tiny bit as we got 1 minute down and 4 minutes still left to go. LaRiviere out in front in that all red car. Right behind him is the blue car of Kyle Layton. That all yellow car in third of Ed Whitecotton. James Joyner not too far back in the fourth spot. David Constant in fifth. Leaders coming through that chicane right now. Third place and fourth place coming through the chicane right now. Ed Whitecotton makes the moves through there. Three-way battle for that third spot right now down the front straightaway. Ed, David, and James all going at it as they come onto the back straightaway. James makes a little early move on that back straight. Ed Whitecotton in the third spot. He's got Dave Constant right behind him in fourth. We got 2 minutes down and 3 minutes still left to go. LaRiviere out in front. He's got a 1 second advantage on Kyle Layton in the second spot. Then he got about 3 seconds back to Ed Whitecotton in third. David Constant right behind him in the fourth spot. Oh, Constant getting by Ed Whitecotton as they come onto the back straight now. That all white car in third, yellow car in fourth now with James Joyner in the fifth spot. Anthony Wynn in sixth, Gus G in seventh, Travis Copley in the eighth spot, and Claude Jones in ninth. Three minutes down and 2 minutes still left to go. LaRiviere still out in front, 9-3 last time by for Doug. Kyle Layton with a 9-2. Oh, Kyle makes a little mistake coming into that early turn. LaRiviere out in front, Layton in second. Then you got Dave Constant still in that third spot. Ed Whitecotton not too far back in fourth, battling out for third and fourth. 3:30 down and 1:30 still left to go. LaRiviere taking the win in A1. Layton finished second in A1. LaRiviere stretching it out right now to a 1.5 seconds on Kyle Layton. Dave Constant still hanging on to that third spot. Ed Whitecotton trying to reel him in with 1 minute left on the clock. Race number 13 coming up next. GT12 is coming up next. .45 seconds still left on the clock. Good battle for that third spot right now. Watch going on the back straight. Caution on the back straights. 30 seconds left to go. You got a battle for third and fourth right now. In front of the driver's stand, that white car of Dave Constant in the third spot. Ed Whitecotton in the yellow car in fourth. Down the back straight they come with 15 seconds left to go. Through the chicane, Ed Whitecotton looking for a place to get by with 10 seconds. They're going to get by for one more lap. Come by the stripe for their white flag. Battle for that third spot right now, and we come up on time. Doug LaRiviere taking the win in A2 in your overall. Dave Constant finishing in third, Ed Whitecotton in fourth. And waiting on one more. That is a race, guys. Taking the win in A2, your overall in Spec TC, Doug LaRiviere taking the overall. Kyle Layton finishing in that. Race number 19, Spec TC, brought to you by Team Associated. A3 on the track. Kyle Layton out in front. Doug LaRiviere taking that overall win, sitting this one out. You got Kyle Layton out in front. Ed Whitecotton tucked in right behind him. David and Anthony, you got your leaders coming up on you already. Ed Whitecotton looking for a place to get by. Kyle can't quite get it done. Kyle taking second in both A1 and A2. Ed taking that fourth place in A2. Leaders coming through some lap traffic. That all blue car is your leader. Kyle Layton out in front. The all yellow car in the second spot of Ed Whitecotton. Then you got Gus G in the third spot. Gus about 6 seconds behind your leaders. James Joyner in fourth. Riley Copley in the fifth spot. Here comes your leader down the front straight one more time. The all blue car of Kyle Layton with a 9-2. Ed Whitecotton with a 9-1 in that second spot. 1 second behind your leader. Then you got David Constant now up into the third spot. Gus G dropping back to fourth. Oh, Layton makes a mistake coming into that pipe turn. That's going to drop him all the way back. Tough spot for him to come into. That's going to give Ed Whitecotton now out in front. Layton dropping back into that second spot. Watch it after the front straightaway. That is clear. Ed Whitecotton with a 9-5 last time by. He's got a 5-second advantage now on Kyle Layton. David Constant about a 1.5 seconds behind Kyle in the third spot. Race number 19 on the track. Race number 20 coming up next. Whitecotton comes by with a 9-6 that time by, and then all yellow car out in front. Kyle Layton about 4 seconds back in that second spot. Dave Constant about a 1.5 seconds behind Kyle in third. Watch coming in the front straight. That is clear. 3:30 down and 1:30 still left on the master clock. Four minutes down and 1 minute left to go. Ed Whitecotton out in front. He's got a 3-second advantage on Kyle Layton with 45 seconds left to go. Dave Constant in the third spot, about 6 seconds behind. Then James Joyner in fourth. Gus G rounding out your top 5. We've got about 30 seconds left on the master clock. $15 seconds left to go. Ed's gonna get by for one final lap. Kyle gets by for one final lap. That is time. Drivers, finish the lap you're on. Here comes Ed Whitecotton down the back straightaway through the sweeper and across the line, taking the win in A3. Kyle Layton finishing second in A3. And that is the race, guys. Your overall winner in Spec TC, Doug LaRiviere. Kyle Layton will come home in second. Ed Whitecotton will